元ヤクザの組員で逮捕歴は11回。
石田組組長、石田仁殿でございます。
人を殺すことができないような人間はやっぱりヤクザに。
Ever wondered what it's like to live the life of a high-rolling, shadowy crime lord? No? Well, brace yourself, because today we're diving deep into the murky world of two of the most notorious criminal syndicates on the planet, the Yakuza and the Triads. These aren't your run-of-the-mill gangsters. They're organized, wealthy, and have some of the most sophisticated methods to go about their business. As for spending money, these guys know how to throw money around like confetti at a billionaire's birthday bash. But here's the question: who does it better? In today's video, we'll compare the lavish spending habits and the sheer luxury these criminal empires indulge in. But first, let's introduce the star of the show, the filthy rich score. Yep, we're giving these criminal gangs an official rating on just how extravagantly they burn through their dirty dollars. We'll break down each gang's history, criminal activities, wealth and spending style, scoring each aspect to see who reigns supreme. Let's kick off the battle of the billionaire bad boys. China and Japan are known for cutting-edge tech, neon-lit cities, and, well, for having two of the world's most infamous crime syndicates lurking in their back alleys, the Triads and the Yakuza. But how did these gangs rise to power? And more importantly, how do they manage to roll in cash like Fortune 500 CEOs? Let's kick things off with Japan's most feared syndicate, the Yakuza. These guys have been running the streets since the 1600s, basically the OG gangsters of Japan. By the time World War II ended, the Yakuza came back like a sequel to a movie nobody asked for. They blew up in numbers, recruiting faster than a military draft, and quickly became a crucial part of Japanese society. With their tight, family-style structure, it's like one big, twisted mafia family tree, with Uncle Yakuza pulling the strings from the top, orchestrating everything from shady business deals to epic turf wars. On the other side, the Triads have been China's criminal darlings for centuries, with roots spreading through Hong Kong, Macau, Taiwan and beyond. They're the original outlaws. Think of them as China's answer to the Peaky Blinders, but way more ruthless and with no moral compass. At their peak, they boasted millions of members, enough to start their own country. These days, they're quieter, staying low-key like a celebrity dodging the paparazzi after a rough night out on the town. But don't be fooled, these Chinese Peaky Blinders are allegedly doing the government's dirty work like a covert group of very dangerous errand boys on a mission. Now, both the Yakuza and the Triads might not be on Forbes' billionaire list, but trust us, they've earned their spot amongst the filthy rich. And not just for their wealth, but for the insane ways they spend it. When it comes to crime, these gangs don't just break the law, they obliterate it. First up, the Yakuza. And these guys don't mess around with petty theft or pickpocketing. They're into the high-stakes game. From gambling to drug smuggling and loan sharking to protection rackets that make the mafia look like amateurs. Over the decades, these guys have turned crime into a multinational enterprise. At one point, they even had the Japanese government's support to carry out certain criminal activities without repercussions, which is like getting a get-out-of-jail-free card, but with cooler tattoos. And yes, they have business cards, offices, and even pension plans, cause, apparently, retirement is a thing in the underworld now. Welcome to the world of organized crime, Yakuza style. Then there's the Triads. If the Yakuza are corporate criminals, the Triads are the wild cards. They don't play by the same rules. This decentralized mafia is more chaotic than a family reunion gone wrong, with the unquenchable appetite for anything illegal. Drug trafficking, that's their bread and butter. Human trafficking, a walk in the park. Murder, extortion, you name it. They've got it down to an art form. Anything that's illegal is a Triad favorite. These guys have an appetite for chaos and cash, and they're experts at smuggling across borders with military-like precision. Netflix could make a Pablo Escobar-like series about them, and it'd make Narcos look like a Disney special. These activities make one thing crystal clear. Both the Yakuza and the Triads are rolling in dirty billions, and it's bound to skyrocket their filthy rich score. Now prepare yourself, we're about to give you an insight into how these crime lords turn their billions into opulence on a whole new level. Meet Kenichi Shinoda, the godfather of the Yakuza. With an estimated $100 billion empire under his control, Shinoda doesn't just make money, he prints it. Under his leadership, the Yakuza have expanded their wealth through a blend of illegal operations and branched into legitimate business fronts. Yakuza spends so much on luxuries and lavish lifestyles that it even keeps local economies flourishing, having hundreds of people in employment just for its upkeep. Now, that's truly filthy rich. And while Shinoda might be seen slurping ramen at a street stall or taking a local train to work, don't let humble public transport fool you. Behind the scenes, he's living a life of quiet, high-class luxury, with his wealth and power being just as impressive as Tokyo's skyline. Picture multi-million-dollar mansions that look like fortresses with picturesque views that resemble a Mount Fuji postcard. Also commonplace are a plethora of Lamborghinis, Rolls-Royces, Ferraris, and extravagant luxury watches. Rolexes are known to be Yakuza favorites. Now, the Triads, modesty is not in their vocabulary either. Their big bosses, known as Sanchus, are all about living large. We're talking sprawling mansions that make the Playboy Mansion look like a starter home, with wine cellars stocked with $13,000 bottles of rare whiskey and cases of champagne magnums, and their garages bursting with neon green Lamborghinis and customized eye-popping Ferraris. Pretty similar to the Yakuza in car choices, to be fair. Put aside the Aventadors and let's talk about Technomar Lamborghini Transport. Triad bosses sure love to indulge in custom-designed yachts, which have a starting price of $4 million. But that's not it. When they need to travel airborne, only luxury private jets will do, because first-class seats in commercial planes just don't make the cut. And guess what? Triad kingpins don't just eat food, they've been known to fly in Michelin-starred chefs to personally cook for them. And if they're in the mood for a concert, let's just say it's like they have Beyoncé's on speed dial. And their fashion sense? Let's just say their slippers cost more than your monthly rent. Whether it's million-dollar yachts, limited edition supercars, or palatial estates, the Triads have taken luxury to the next level. So much so, they make even the Kardashians look frugal. So, who's got the edge in this game of criminal splurge? The Yakuza might play it cool with their low-key street noodle runs and occasional use of public transport, but don't be deceived. They're still rolling in royal-class wealth. It's just that they prefer to live a secretive yet posh life, like those celebrities always telling the paps, no photos please, but secretly loving the attention. On the other hand, the Triads are pure extravagance. From neon-colored supercars to opulent mansions with enough gold trim to make a sultan blush, they spend no expense in living the high life. Alright, it's time to tally up the points and see which of these filthy rich mafias sits on the throne. Drum roll, please. The filthy rich computer has decided. The Yakuza scored a respectable 75 out of 100. With billions in revenue and a blend of luxury and subtlety, they almost won the battle today to be at the top. But their occasional humble habits and "I'm just like you" moments keep them from breaking into the 80s. And the Triads? These guys come out with 81 out of 100. Their no-holds-barred spending, unapologetic approach for flaunting their wealth and over-the-top lifestyles put them firmly in first place in today's face-off. When it comes down to sheer luxury, at Filthy Rich, we feel the Triads take the crown, but just barely. Both gangs' lifestyles are mind-bogglingly expensive, but the Triads seem to have turned luxury into a competitive sport. However, as we have little evidence of any philanthropic endeavors, and we officially have no idea how much these gangs are worth, we cannot justify a higher Filthy Rich score for either. So, what do you think? Do we get the scores right, and how do they compare with Brazil's richest and Facebook's quietest billionaire, Eduardo Saverin, whose filthy rich story we covered in the last video? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to share who you think spends their billions better. The secretive, calculated Yakuza, or the all-out lavish Triads. Until next time, keep watching for more mind-blowing insights from the extravagant world of the filthy rich.